swear, beware. This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of Radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you, Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio at its finest. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Wednesday morning. I'm about ready to go completely nuts, people, I'm telling you, because I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I listened to this crap on TV last night. Both Democrats and Republicans, you know, we need to do something. You turn on one channel and they're bad rapping Trump. The other channel, they're kissing his ass. Same way with Clinton. You don't know what you get, but you know what you get on either side. You get a bunch of ass-white, no-good-for-nothing son of a bitches. How the hell did we let this happen? How the hell did the decent, normal people let these bastard son of a bitchin' politicians, Democrats, Republicans, I don't give a damn, the Republicans can kiss my ass just as well as the Democrats can. And again, I like to distinguish, it's not the proud Democratic people, the proud Republican people, it's these organizational son of a bitches. The 2 and 3% of the big Democrats, the Spragues, the Kerns, the Barra-Civics, the 2 or 3% of the Republicans, the asswipe Barb Viviano and Mary Turman and John West and Doug Jamieson. Ignorant bastards like that are ruining this country of ours. They're taking it, it's all about them, people. These asswipe Republicans, the Republican leadership, I apologize because there's a lot of great Republicans out there. These asswipe Republican leaders, they don't want to see us get elected in November. They've done everything in their power so we can't win. They've kept us from putting other good candidates on. They've kept us from doing anything positive for this county. But see, if we win on the Republican ticket, not Republicans, all of us, but the Republican ticket, Barb Viviano, John West, Doug Jamieson, and Mary Turman, they lose their little bit of power. And I've talked to so many Republicans in this county, they don't even know who these son of a bitches are. Same way with Barra-Civic on the other side. So there's enough blame to go around because political parties just aren't no good. Political parties aren't no good. Why do we have to have organized politics? And I'd argue the same thing. It's going to piss off some religious people. Why do we have to have organized religion? If you believe in God, if you're God-fearing, if you go out and do what you're supposed to do every day, take care of people, take care of animals, take care of your family, why do you have to go to church on Sunday? I'm just asking. And if you want to go, go. But why do you gotta have to go? Because if you don't go, God's not going to like that and going to get mad at you. Well, hell, you saved 30 people. You're a good person. You donate. But you ain't going to heaven because you didn't go to church on Sunday and give the preacher some money. Well, hell no, you ain't going to heaven. Same way with this politics. And I want to apologize to the religious people because they're not as bad as these politicians. Why do you have to be organized? You heard me yesterday. I'm tired of being organized. I'm so unorganized, I like it better. Don't you guys like it better when you go home and You don't have to. Your wife bitches at you. You gotta put your shoes over here. No, honey, I'm gonna leave my shoes right where they're at. I think guys more than women like to be unorganized. But let's don't let this organizational crap take over our country like it already has. Let's get rid of organizations and let's just put people in these positions. Oh, I got to say, by the way, we'll talk about Belleville here momentarily. Hey, lines are always open if you can get through. If I'm not ranting and raving, we are America's voice of freedom, definitely the patriot. You can call toll-free 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. Belleville Police at Regions Bank on Friday. You know how safe it is? Maximus Vaginus, Mark Pussy Boy Eckert, tells everybody how safe it is in Belleville. Now, Belleville's not dangerous, I guess, Maximus Vaginus. Given the situation at Regions Bank, I guess that was just, how can we put this politically correct for Maximus Vaginus Eckert, the illustrious, unillustrious, whatever illustrious mayor of Belleville you want to call a piece of asswipe crap? I guess the situation at Regions Bank on Friday was just an individual withdrawing some money, which he didn't have the authority and authorization to do so. Sounds good. Hell, that don't sound bad. Hell, it's a mistake. No, you asswipe political punk, you bastard. It was a robbery of the bank. It was a robbery of the bank, not an unauthorized withdrawal, you stupid. Your father should have probably had an unauthorized withdrawal at the time of your conception. We wouldn't have this crap, you idiots. What the hell's wrong? People, you know I'm crazy. I'm not leading this state. I'm not leading this city. I'm not leading this county. I'm going to tell you, and I mean this. This no-good son of a bitch Eckert, along with Sprague, Kern, Barasivic, they would rather lose a life. They'd rather see somebody lose their life than lose a vote, than lose an election. And you guys know that. They're going to lie and tell you it's safe. They're going to lie and tell you everything's okay. They're going to lie, and I can tell they're lying because I can see their lips moving. That's when you can tell a son of a bitch and politician's lying, when their lips are moving. And then we got Eckert. Plenty of work to be done before the Hoffenbraus house. What the hell? Whatever that house is, whatever that restaurant is going down by the shrine. There hasn't been any activity in a month. Nothing's going on. But see, we as people, we as their bosses, we as the people that put them in office, you hear me? We let it go. It's our fault. It's not their fault. You own a store, you've heard me say before, and I walk in and steal something and you smile and wave at me like I'm a big shot and I walk out and don't get in any trouble. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come back in tomorrow and steal 2, and then the next day come in and steal 3 things and 4 things. But this development, this $98 million development, and this asswipe bastard says, in a perfect world, you'd like to click your fingers and everything would be done, but it takes time. Eckert, you lousy lying bastard. That's going to be a debacle when it's all over. The opening of the restaurant and brew pub in Belleville has been pushed back to Thanksgiving. It was supposed to be this summer. Now it's Thanksgiving. I guarantee you, I'm taking bets it ain't going to be open for Thanksgiving dinner. I'm betting. Anybody want to take me up on that bet? Just give me a call. It's not going to be done. You people drive by there. You see it. The point I'm trying to make, all these politicians lie to you. See, I'm not going to lie to you. I tell you, I ain't a good candidate. I'm the second worst candidate running for state representative in the 114th legislative district. My opponent, Greenwood, down in East St. Louis, she's the first worst. I'm far from being perfect. I'm going to let you know that I can't lower your taxes when I go to Springfield. I can't stop the crime. I'll fight to do all those, but I can't promise you I'm going to do anything other than upset the apple cart. These politicians promise you this. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. Bastards don't do nothing but take from you. Take from you day in and day out. Hey, and by the way, Kern, I want to challenge you. You've got more money than me and 50 people put together. Of course, it's your mama and daddy's money, and I think they were hardworking, great people. I think you're a bum. I think you're a little asswipe, spoiled bum, but that's just my opinion, of course. Why are you taking a salary? You're worth millions of dollars, Kern. Worth millions of dollars that your mother and your father gave to you. And you're taking a salary from the county. You're taking that measly $80,000, $90,000 a year. You greedy son of a bitch. You're grabbing off somebody else's plate when you got a plate full. Think about it, people. Why isn't that son of a bitch giving back? He's got a big business. His daddy got him started. He's probably got $10, $15, $20 million. He's got $1 million estate up in Calhoun County. And he's taking that measly $70,000, $80,000, $90,000. That's what's wrong, people. These guys are greedy. We've got some callers. Let's go ahead. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Hey, Bob, it's Ed Carpenter. How you doing, buddy?
Fine, Ed. What's going on?
Look here, man. The other day, real quick, we were having a little repast for one of our friends that passed down in the Gumpers, where I grew up with this guy, right?
Uh-huh.
We're all 50 years old and up, we're down on 17th and Missouri Avenue. We get a East St. Louis City car drives by with the young lady gets out. She comes up to us and tells us we have to disperse. Said they're getting noise complaints. Now, Bob, listen, real quick. On the right side of us is an empty building. On the left side of us is an empty building. Behind us is Miles Davis's house. Nobody's there.
I don't think Miles is at home. What?
She leaves, comes back with 2 East St. Louis police officers. They made us leave, Bob, on the 30th of May.
Was that something that was a repass for a person who died?
Abram, that's one of my best friends, man. We grew up together from 3rd grade all the way up. And like I said, we were just there taking photos. We're no out drinking. We had liquor in cups, no smoking or nothing. We just, congregating after the services, man. This lady drives by and tells us we have to disperse because we're getting noise complaints. And the next time you drive by, there's a car wash right there. That's where we were at. We're at the car wash. And like I said, on both sides, there's nobody lives there. And behind us is Miles Davis, this empty, tore-up house that the city of East St. Louis lost over $1 million where they filmed his movie in Cincinnati. That profits and money should have been in our city. And now they're sitting. Another thing, real quick, and I'm finna go, Bob. Why are the city of East St. Louis letting these people tear down St. Mary's Hospital? I mean, just straight rape the hospital. Why is that going on? And I'm going to sit back and I'm going to listen, and maybe somebody can call in and give me some answers, and you too.
Well, Ed.
Good work, Bob. We're going to vote for you. I'm out.
Hey, thank you, Ed. I appreciate that. Let me tell you what's going on with not just the hospital, with everything. Now you've got Kern, that ass white bastard, and you guys think about it. They're putting more money in. They've got some extra money. They said the county board has some extra money. And if I can read it here, I'll get it together. They had a board meeting last night. And this no-good-ass wipe son of a bitch, they've got some money in the budget, some extra money. Now, if you've got extra money in the budget, why the hell are you overtaxing us, you stupid son of a bitch? We have surplus dollars, some which have been sitting dormant for 4 years. What do you mean excess dollars, you ignorant bastards in St. Clair County left over from the project? We're going to combine those to be able to add more money in East St. Louis to expedite some road repairs. You guys know what's going on. Every election, these son of a bitches get off their ass for a month or 2 or 3 or 4. And that pisses me off more than not doing anything because they think we're stupid. They're down in East St. Louis tearing down houses now. Kern gets his picture taken with the proud black community. That son of a bitch, you scared-ass rotten bastard, you don't want to go down to East St. Louis. You're afraid of the black people. And you should be after everything you've done to them, you stupid bastard. Kern, Barra Civic, Sprague. These no-good son of a bitches are bad for this county, people. Everybody in East St. Louis knows what's going on. You're going to see trucks out this summer. He's going to have compliments of Mark Kern. Compliments of Mark Kern, my ass. That's compliments of us, the taxpayers of St. Clair County. Going to have his name on these signs. Demolition by St. Clair County. County Board Chairman Mark Sweet Cakes Kern. We know what's going on, people. Let's put a stop to this. Don't you just get pissed? You sit there and drink your coffee. Maybe some of you guys drinking beer this morning. Don't it just piss you? Sit there. It's got to pucker your ass. It's got to pucker your ass, people. These politicians act like they're better than we are. They sit up there, and that's both sides. I got a picture here of the budget. The budget that, guess what? That Madigan, you no-good son of a bitch, You had everybody in session disrespecting our brave military heroes that died to give us the right to live free. You had to work them. You had to call in session on Memorial Day. After 11 and a half months, you don't have any kind of budget, you rotten bastard, and nothing got done on Memorial Day, did it? Hell no, it didn't. You no good son of a bitch. But here's the problem, people. We got to do something. We is the people. We is people. Illinois poised to enter a second year without a budget. Going on 12 months. Now, I short the Democrats and the Republicans up in Springfield. Something has to be done. It's going to be over a year. We've got no budget. But I tell you what, the politicians, they got their money. They've all got their money. And then here's Rauner. Got a photo op with all the Republicans behind him, and they're all just looking good. They're looking good. Now, I don't want you to look good. I want you to do good. The hell, look at how good I can't even pass that off. I don't look good, but I try to do good. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But we have to tell every one of our state legislators, you stupid son of a bitches, get something done up there in Springfield. Don't sit there and spend our money. These guys, they're like stockbrokers. I invest money, I lose money. My broker makes money. I invest, I lose more money. The stockbroker makes money. I make a little bit of money. My stockbroker makes more money. It's a win-win for the stockbroker. It ought to be if these son of a bitches don't get anything done, they don't get no money. I'm not taking any money as a state representative. If I'm fortunate enough to get elected, I don't need it. I'm giving it back. I don't want a penny of the state's money. I can't tell you good people to tighten your belts, your financial belts, until I lead by example and tighten mine and everybody else in Springfield. Democrats, Republicans, tighten your belt. Why isn't anybody giving back, people? You know why? Because we've got a bunch of greedy son of a bitches up there. And once they get to Springfield, they all become one. It's like a big amoeba or amoeba or whatever the hell you call it. One of those big things. You know what I'm talking about? They all just kind of get together and they're all one. You can't tell the difference. You can't tell the difference. It's like transgender. You don't know what you got up there. You don't know you got a Democrat, Republican. They'll fight on the floor, but then they'll go drink at night and laugh and say, hey, have a drink on my $150 expense account, on my per diem. And you ever notice you couldn't have a regular job at a factory and be a state representative or a state senator. You can't come off that assembly line 2 and 3 weeks at a time. These son of a bitches have made it where you got to be a professional. You got to be a doctor. You got to be a lawyer. And these guys are decent people. There's a lot of decent doctors and lawyers. But you think they think like we do? Hell no, they don't. They got a little bit higher up attitude than we do. But I guarantee you there's more people down here on the bottom rung like we are than up at the top rung like they are, or they think they are. But you have to remember, people, it's time to make a change. And I know I get crazy and I get goofy. And if you guys don't want to vote for me, I understand. But you know there's a ticket running against Kern and the culture of corruption. Roger Cook is leading the ticket. Carl Officer's on it. A lot of good candidates. Guys, investigate. Get out and research. And vote for the person, not the party. These Democrats are going to spend $1 million down here, and I'm going to match it. They're going to have to spend that money. And it's a shame, isn't it? When money can make or break an election. I thought it was what you could do for the people, not how much money you could put out in the community. But I guess that's just the way it is. Hey, we're going to do our housekeeping. We're going to come back. We've got the Shriners. The great Shriners will be with us. We're going to talk about the Shriner Parade and the Shriner Picnic coming up. And we could sit and talk with the Shriners all day. They're a great, great organization, do a great job. And I want to salute them. And I like to salute everybody that does something for this great country. I like to salute everybody that does something for our community. People sit there. They sit there and do nothing. And we pay these rotten bastard political parasitical punks to do nothing. Albers, don't forget, their 125th anniversary coming up June the 4th and June the 5th. We're going to try to make it out there. They asked if I'd come out and speak, and very honored. They're going to have their parade on Saturday, June the 4th. And it'll be at Albers Saturday and Sunday. Oh, I'm sorry. 4th and 5th. What the hell is a 4th and 5th? Friday's the 3rd, Saturday's the 4th, Sunday's the 5th. So they've got the Patriot Guard Freedom Riders will be escorting the 9/11 Never Forget mobile exhibit. They've got all patriotic songs. They're going to have a good day on Friday, a patriotic day, Saturday and Sunday, all kind of activities. I guess you can call the good people in Albers. They don't have a number. Here we go, albers125.com. If you need any information, you can go to albers125.com. Coming up June the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, the Wood River Kiwanis Club having their annual barbecue. The Oakville Heritage Days coming up on June the 11th and the 12th. Any questions or concerns, you can contact Jackie at 618-243-5694. Community Breakfast Buffet, June the 5th from 8:30 to 11:30 a.m., sponsored by the Women of the Moose. It'll be held at the O'Fallon, Illinois American Legion, located at 109 North Penn in O'Fallon, Illinois. Rock and Roll Show for the USO, 4 bands coming up June the 4th from noon to 6 p.m. It'll be held at the American Legion Post 1255, located at 201 Eiler Road in Belleville. It's sponsored in part by the American Legion Post, Sons of the American Legion, Bierman's Meat and Processing, and King's Auto Sale. Ought to have a great time up there. 146th Annual Parish Picnic, St. John the Baptist Catholic Church at Turner Park in Smithton, Illinois, coming up this Friday, June the 3rd, and Saturday, June the 4th. There's going to be live music, cash bingo. Going to have raffles, a great time. Saturday, going to have fried chicken, picnic style. That's the 146th Annual Parish Picnic at Turner Park in Smithton, Illinois for St. John the Baptist Catholic Church. 146 years. Again, congratulations. Don't forget to contact Judy at 618-476-3635 if you're interested in the 50-year class reunion for the East St. Louis Senior High School. Pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and or the Grim Reaper Radio. Go to our streaming site, insanebroadcasting.com. One word for the best in all radio entertainment. Listen to my repeat performance every day at 4 o'clock p.m. and now broadcasting from the graveyard to the graveyard shift every night at the stroke of midnight. Please like us on Facebook, KQQZ 1190 AM or KZQZ 1430 AM. You can go to my Facebook page, Fans of the Grim Reaper, and don't ever forget the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition on Facebook. You'll get all the information on what's going on politically in St. Clair County. On this date, June the 1st, 1638, the first earthquake was recorded in the United States at Plymouth, Massachusetts. On this date, June the 1st, 1813, the famous phrase, "Don't give up the ship," was shouted by Captain James Lawrence to his crew as he laid mortally wounded aboard the Chesapeake. On this date, June the 1st, 1862, slavery was abolished in all United States possessions. On this date, June the 1st, 1880, the first public phone booth went into operation in New Haven, Connecticut. On this date, June the 1st, 1909, the NAACP, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, was founded by W.E.B. Du Bois. On this date, June the 1st, 1938, Superman comics were launched. On this date, June the 1st, 1941, German banned all Catholic publications. On this date, June the 1st, 1980, CNN began broadcasting in the world's first all-news television service. On this date, June the 1st, 2007, smoking was banned in all public places in the United Kingdom. That's what happened on this date, June the 1st, throughout all these years in our world's history. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with the Shriners. We'll be back right after this break. This is Bob Romanik. the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. Hey, I want to say hi to a friend I met yesterday, listens all the time, Bud from Signal Hill. Bud, thank you very much. You and your lovely bride, she helped me pick out some peaches. I didn't know if you could smell peaches. If they smelled good, they were good. But Bud from Signal Hill, thank you and your family for being very nice to me, and thanks for listening. And again, thank everybody that takes the time out to listen to the show. And I hope you don't get too offended, and I hope you learn something from it. We try to expose the things that need to be exposed, good and bad. And speaking of that, we want to expose something good today. Mr. Ed Allen, he's the General Circus Chairman for the Shriner Circus. The Shriner Parade's coming up Friday. I can't say enough about the Shriners, and if you people don't know about the Shriners, you ought to learn, because these guys are giving. We need guys like this to be politicians, because these guys give, and never take. They never take anything. They give of their time. They give of their money. They give time away from their families for such a great cause for our children. And Mr. Ed Allen, I want to thank you, salute you, and honor you and every Shriner in this great country of ours for everything you've done for our children.
Thank you, Bob, and good morning to you. On behalf of the approximately 4,500 members of I-Night Shriners, we want to thank you. You are a big supporter of Shriners in general, and we thank you for that. We want to let you know that it does not go unnoticed, so thank you very much.
Well, and I want to let you guys know it don't go unnoticed, everything you guys do. I mean, I couldn't compliment a better organization other than the military, and you guys are right up there in my book, because when you help a child, when you help a needy child, there's not much better. Ed, you've got the circus coming up. You're the circus chairman this year. Are you the circus chairman every year, or do they pick and choose?
It rotates year by year. So 2016 is my year. So we begin Friday with the parade, beginning at 17th Street on West Main. And it will head east past the fountain and conclude down by Union Methodist Church.
How many units are you going to have in the parade this year, Ed?
Just under 100.
Well, right at 100.
Yes,
and
sir.
You guys are smart. You have it in the early afternoon, late afternoon, early evening when it's not too hot. We went to the Memorial Day parade, and some people were falling out because it was awful hot. But you guys are smart enough to have it. But I mean, the streets of Belleville are always lined, and I don't have to tell anybody that's from this area. That's probably the biggest and the nicest and really the most entertaining parade, because you guys are going to have floats, you're going to have bands. I mean, it's the parade to be in Southern Illinois, Ed.
It really is. Thank you so much. And you're right. People will begin at 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning, securing their spot on the street by putting their lawn chairs out and their coolers out and holding their spot. And by the time the parade steps off at 7:30, some of the portions of the route will be 3 and 4 deep.
How long does that parade usually take, Ed?
Probably 2.5 hours.
2.5 hour parade. There ain't many parades bigger. They're longer.
No, there isn't. And like you said, there's a lot of different groups participating, a lot of schools, a lot of businesses are recognized, and all the shrine units, marching units, and both from I-Night in East St. Louis and the Moolah Shriners from St. Louis will be participating.
They all participate. Now, Ed, just a question I want to ask. My son was a Shriner. Is your shrine go all the way down to the tip of the southern tip of Illinois, or are there different shrine groups all throughout different counties?
I-Night Shriners, which is based in East St. Louis, roughly our territory is everything south of Interstate 70, from Missouri to Indiana and down to Cairo.
You're kidding me. How many Shriner members do you have?
Right under 4,500.
4,500 in this area. How many nationwide? I'm putting you on the spot. Maybe you don't know, but I'm just curious. It's a great organization.
I would want to guess 250,000.
250,000 Shriners. And you guys, do you ever come together for a big convention?
It's around the 4th of July. It's called the Imperial Session, and it moves from city to city this year. It's in Tampa, Florida, which happens to be the headquarters for Shriners International. And we support what we believe to be the world's greatest philanthropy, Shriners Hospitals for Children.
Yeah. How much money do you get? And again, I'm putting you on the spot, Ed. I didn't know what kind of questions I was going to ask until you came in. Can you tell us how much money the Shriners generate yearly to help our children out in this great country?
From what I was told at one time, it takes over $1 million a day to support the hospital systems.
Oh, I believe that, every bit of that. Yeah.
So what's that? $365 million a year minimum.
And you guys are working to get that money through contributions and a lot of work. And see, Ed, people don't understand, just like the radio business, they don't understand the preparation. They don't understand. We go over to the ballpark. They see the ball players get on the field, but they don't see the 5 and 8 hours before getting ready, getting the field ready. They don't understand. They see the Shriners. They see in your fezzes. They see you having a good time. They see in the parades, and they see at the circuses. They don't understand what really goes into making the Shriners successful.
I couldn't be prouder to be associated with these people because, as you opened our segment up with, there are a lot of giving people in this, and they're giving back to something greater than themselves, and collectively we want to support the communities. We want to better our area, but most specifically, we really want to help the children and the hospitals. Yeah,
well, you guys do. Ed, we got the circus coming up, and it's going to be at the Belle Claire Fairgrounds again?
That will start on Saturday and Sunday. We will have 4 performances here in Belleville, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. That will be at the fairgrounds, as you said. We work with Cardin Circus, which is a major circus producer in the country. Has top-notch acts and good, wholesome family entertainment.
What time will the circus performances be, Ed? Do you have that?
2 o'clock, and I don't want to commit to the evening. It's an early evening, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. So there's a matinee and there's an evening show on both days.
How long do the performances last?
Approximately an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Okay. Well, that's good because you get a lot of younger kids that love the circus, love the performances, but they can't sit around over an hour and a half, 2 hours. It gets a little much for us old farts too. So what's the cost, Ed, to come to the circus, the Shriner Circus?
Tickets are $15 for adults, $10 for children. They can be purchased at all Southern Illinois Huck's locations, Motomart, and Schnucks, as well as at the gate or online.
Okay, I guess there'll be enough tickets to go around. If somebody drives in from Southern Illinois, our station gets pretty far out. If they drive a little distance, there'll probably be tickets available, won't there?
Yes, sir. And the great thing is, for your listeners outstate, we will have performances in Jerseyville on Monday night, Fairfield Tuesday, Olney and Wednesday. Thursday and Friday we will be at Salem, and then we conclude Saturday and Sunday in DuQuoin. So we try to take the show to outstate members and their communities to give back as much as we can.
Well, I'm sure outstate there'll be advertising there. I'd like to see, and all you good people, come on out to the Shriners Circus. Come on out to the Shriners Parade, because if you guys, anybody that you must have been in Mars if you don't know what the Shriners do. These guys have been around forever. You know, they're party guys sometime, but let me tell you, I've seen the Shriners party, but after the work they do, they don't party hardy enough, because these guys deserve to have a good time after the good time they've shown everyone. People, do you understand? You can take a child to the Shriners Hospital and not cost anything. I mean, not a penny. And there's so many children that are in need that don't get the services that they need because of our government. And I don't want to play politics with this Shriner segment, of course. But these Shriners don't want anything back. They don't even want the thanks. You try to thank them and they say, hey, no, that's okay. No, it's not okay. Thank a Shriner. Thank a Shriner if you like children. And I love children. If you like children, you understand what they're doing. They're concerned about our community. Our community is the future of our children. And for these guys, day in and day out, this Shriner Parade takes forever to get going. This Shriner Picnic, these guys prepare. After the Shriner Parade and Picnic this week, they'll be preparing for next year. Nobody sees all the good behind the scenes that the Shriners do. And Ed, I just want to tell you, like patriotism, they tell me that sometimes I'm too patriotic, and I say, you can't love your family enough. Whoever says you can love your family too much is crazy, and our country is our family, and our future is our children, and for you Shriners to go out and do all you can do, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Bob. Our credo is that no man stands so tall as when he stoops to help a child, and we live by that and carry that banner proudly. And again, we can't give you enough thanks for being the proponent you have been to Shriners and our activities and how you support us on the radio and in person. And like I said, it does not go unnoticed. Our members certainly appreciate that.
Well, hey, you sound like the military. These military guys come up and thank me. I said, thank me for what? You guys are one of the fought. No, I appreciate that, Ed, but don't thank me. I want to thank you guys for all you do, and I mean that seriously. People, let's get out. Not just this week at the Shriner Parade, not just this week at the Shriner Picnic. They have places where you can donate money. You can give back to your community, give back to the future of this great country. And no better way than to give a child, a sick child, a helping hand. Again, Ed, the circus is going to be Saturday and Sunday
at the Belleville Fairgrounds. Yes, sir. Both days, 2 performances each day.
And they can pick up tickets where?
At Huck's, Motomart, Schnucks, at the gate, or online at SOILShrinerCircus.com.
And the parade starts at what time?
7:30 it steps off.
7:30. And I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit, and this is a little more personal. I know your lovely bride, Annette Fisher. What a great lady. What a great family. Kenny Fisher been around forever. He passed a little bit ago. It was very sad for everybody in the community. But and we had our tribute to America banquet there a couple weeks ago, and I want to salute you and Annette and the whole Fisher clan, because you guys, it couldn't have been any better, couldn't have been any nicer. And I just want to tell you, the people at Fisher's, and this is not a paid advertisement, but you guys, you come by Fisher's, they've got a great banquet room, great facility, and these people will make sure that you have a successful event. So, Ed, I want to thank you, your lovely bride Annette, for the great time we had. And more so than that, I want to thank you for taking your time out as a Shriner to help our children. I want to salute all the Shriners in this great country of ours for the work they've done. And if there is a heaven, you guys are all going, Ed.
Thank you so much, Bob, and good luck to you.
Thank you, Mr. Ed Allen, General Circus Chairman for the Shriners. They're having their circus on Saturday and Sunday. They're having the parade Friday night. Starts at 17th Street, and 2.5 hours, Ed said. What a great parade. You guys come out, support the parade, support the Shriners. Let's take care of our children, because our children and our animals can't take care of themselves. And once again, we want to salute every Shriner for a job well done. We love you guys. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Once again, I want to thank Mr. Ed Allen, the General Circus Chairman this year, for the Shriners Circus and the Shriners Parade. Great guy, great wife, Annette, and all the Shriners. You know, guys, I can't thank you enough for every child that's out there that's sick that you guys take care of. All people got to do is go by that hospital. They'd be giving you every check they had, guys. Thank you very much for all you do. We won't forget you, and we'll support you in any way we can. Carl Officer just stopped in. Mayor, I read in the paper that there could be more money tacked on to our fines in St. Clair County. And, you know, the question I ask, and I know you ask as a hardworking taxpayer, is why the hell do we need more money? Where's all the money we got going? Can't we stop this spending, Mayor?
Well, first of all, good morning, Bob. And let me just kind of echo what you're saying with Ed. They just do a tremendous job with the Shriners. I can't tell you how many families I've served over the years who just don't have the money, and they take their kids to the Shriners Hospital, and they never ask them for a nickel.
Right.
I mean, I've seen young kids 30, 40 years ago who couldn't walk, and now they can run like the wind. And they just do a tremendous job, and they make sure their families are given some peace and some calm while those young minds and young bodies try to heal. But to answer the question about the fines, I think the first question we need to ask is of the auditor of St. Clair County. Where is the money going? We haven't gotten a report, at least not to my knowledge. I have to check with the guys that I'm going to meet with today in Freeburg at 1:30. I'd like to see a detailed audit report on what happens to the money that they collect right now. And it would seem to me that the St. Clair County auditor ought to be able to give us a report, public report. It's public money. It should be. You shouldn't have to ask for a Freedom of Information Act request to find out how these monies are broken down. Yeah. Something that you may be well aware of, particularly with your law enforcement background. Understand in a couple of days they're going to be voting on, reluctantly, a union in the probation department. You know how long it probably took them to get that?
Oh, sure.
And now, I would suspect that the only reason that they're having that done, and they're talking about these fines, is that they need more money to abuse the taxpayers of St. Clair County. I'm not going to say to serve them, I'm going to say to abuse them. Because it appears to me, you and I have talked about this before, do you really think they would have been talking about unionizing those men and women in the probation department if it had not been for you raising the question about the Democrats have been getting all of this money from the unions, but then again, they don't have a union shop in the courthouse?
Yeah, you know, Carl, I've talked to people, and there's good union people, and I'm all for unions. I think there's a lot of good. There's some bad. Sometimes the unions will take advantage of the union. Leaders may take advantage of a situation, just like, you know, there's bad in each group. But the unions, it's a great concept. But for all the unions to stand behind Sprague and Kern and Barra Civic and fight, and in Sprague and Barra Civic and Kern, these guys just slap them in the face. I remember back in the day, Rick Stone was supported by all the unions, and he had scab laborers. He had people that weren't union building his house in Smithton, Illinois. But see, these guys do as I say, not as I do.
But I think it's important for us to be able to take a real look at what's going on with the money now before we advocate increasing the fines. And I'm not so sure of what's happening to the money. Let me just be very, very blunt. How many people get excused from the fines because they got a friend in the courthouse?
Oh, sure.
And they got a friend that says, oh, I'll take care of it if you do this or if you do that. It seems that what they've been doing, allegedly, is taking advantage of the law for the big shots. But the average person who's got to pay that fine, they can't get that favor. They can't get that handout. They can't get that help. I can't imagine how many young people, old people, taxpayers in St. Clair County are getting fined and fined and fined. But then if they got a friend who can make a political contribution to the right person, they don't have to pay the fine.
Well, sure. Well, I'll tell you, Mayor, the election's coming up. You're running for coroner, and I think when somebody says, what can the coroner do? The coroner can show respect to the family. The coroner can work with the political leaders. I mean, you're a businessman, run a very, very successful business. You can help Roger Cook. You can help with the finances in the county. You can help with the direction of the county. That's what needs to be done. It needs to be done as a team. These guys now, they all go their own directions. Kern goes one direction, Sprague. These guys don't give a damn, people. We have to get together. We have to get together and make this work. And it's not going to work unless we all have an input. You know, you hear Carl Officer every day on the air. You hear Roger Cook. I'm on the air. I've begged Stone. I've begged Barra Civic. I've offered to pay them money that they don't deserve because you people pay them as the elected officials. And as the elected officials, they should be transparent. They should come on just to give you the information. But they're not going to. They use the excuse, I don't like Bob Romanik. Well, I don't like you guys either. But we have to do what's right for the county. We have to put our personal differences aside. And if we don't, this county's going to go down further and further, and there's not much further down it can go.
Let me throw one thing at when you say that they don't like Bob Romanik. I want to publicly say I enjoyed riding with you for 1.8 miles in your clown car.
Well, thank you.
Monday
Thank
morning.
you very much.
I did smell you. Your deodorant was working. You had your mouthwash properly in place. And you were actually genuinely a pleasure to ride with in the parade, the Great Veterans Day Parade. And I enjoyed it. But, you know, it is not about you. It's not about me. It's about we the people. If we look at one another, we're all in the same boat. And St. Clair County has a great opportunity for change, for hope, and for growth in 2016.
Mayor Carl Officer, co-chairman, St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, and you're the people's candidate for St. Clair County Coroner. Mayor Carl Officer, thank you very much, sir. I tell you, Memorial Day, the mayor alluded to it. What a great day, Memorial Day. We were out to a lot of different functions, and you know what? Just it kind of drained me mentally. And if it didn't have an effect on you people, you better check your pulse because you may need Carl Officer because you guys got to be dead. What a moving event that the military put on in Belleville, and I'm sure all throughout this great country of ours. And I'll say this again. I love this great country. Don't care for the politicians. I love this great country and what it stands for, the opportunities it's given me and my family, you and your family. And when they say that I'm a little bit or you're a little bit too patriotic, I say you cannot love your family enough. And this great country of ours is our family. Men, women, black, white, Democrats, and Republicans. Don't let them, the politicians, the political punks, don't let them to divide us and conquer us because we are, at the end of the day, family. We are Americans. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. We'll be all over the political setting. People, remember, politics in this great country is the way of life. Politics is here. Choosing your elected officials is the thing we do because of our brave military heroes, past, present, and future, our brave military heroes who have fought. Some gave all and all gave some for us to have this opportunity. Let's do not, you hear me, let them die and serve our country in vain. Let's take this opportunity. It is our right, it is our obligation to get the best people in the positions in the best country on the face of this earth, the United States of America. Let's don't take it lightly. Let's take it seriously. Let's put people in office they're going to do for you, your family, your community, your country. Not bastards that are going to do for themselves, these political, parasitical punks that we call politicians. Together, again, we can unite. Men, women, black, white, Democrats, Republicans, unite together to destroy this culture of corruption. So let's continue on our journey to expose, to drag these rotten bastards over the political coals of hell. And when it's all said and done, this election, every election, let's continue to take our voting obligations seriously. Let's choose the person, not the party. Let's get away from party politics and let's destroy these son of a bitches, these political parasitical punks, these perverted bastards. Let's destroy them before they destroy us and our families. Destroy them politically, of course, right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful all the